In our modern, fast-paced world, it's easy to succumb to the convenience of processed, sugary and unhealthy choices. But what if I told you that some of these foods could be wreaking havoc on your brain, affecting your memory, focus and overall cognitive function? So stay tuned, grab your notepads and let's explore the science behind these brain-boosting and brain-busting foods. Number 7. Fried food. Fried foods, although delicious, can pose a significant threat to brain health. The detrimental impact on the brain is primarily attributed to the high levels of unhealthy fats and harmful substances generated during the frying process. They are prepared with oils containing trans fats, which are linked to increased levels of bad cholesterol and inflammation in the body. These substances can clog arteries and reduce blood flow to the brain, potentially contributing to cognitive decline. Oils commonly used in frying, such as corn, soybean, and vegetable oils, are rich in omega-3 fatty acids. An imbalanced intake on omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids can lead to inflammation, which is increasingly recognized as a factor in neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. Fried foods can often lead to rapid spikes in blood sugar levels due to the high carbohydrate content. These fluctuations can impair cognitive function over time and increase the risk of type 2 diabetes, which is associated with an elevated risk of cognitive decline. The high-temperature cooking involved in frying can produce advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These compounds accumulate in the brain and have been linked to oxidative stress and inflammation, contributing to the development of neurodegenerative conditions. Experience the future of footwear with our innovative shoes. They're water repellent, so your feet stay dry in any weather and easily washable to maintain a fresh look. Enjoy unmatched comfort with breathability that keeps sweaty feet at bay, and say goodbye to odors thanks to the unique wool surface that resists bacteria. Step into the future with Giesswein, where innovation meets comfort. Click on the link below to upgrade your footwear today. Number 6. Margarine. Margarine, often considered a healthier alternative to butter due to its low saturated fat content, can potentially have detrimental effects on the brain health. This is primarily due to its high trans fat content and the processing methods involved in its production. It often contains trans fats, which are artificially created through a process known as hydrogenation. These trans fats are known to raise levels of LDL cholesterol and reduce levels of HDL cholesterol in the bloodstream. High levels of LDL cholesterol can lead to atherosclerosis, reducing blood flow to the brain and increasing the risk of cognitive decline. It is often made from vegetable oils high in omega-6 fatty acids. An imbalanced intake of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids can promote inflammation, potentially harming brain health. Some margarine contains preservatives, colorings, and artificial additives that may have adverse effects on overall health, which in turn can indirectly impact brain function. To protect brain health, it's advisable to limit margarine consumption and choose healthier alternatives like olive oil, avocado, or nut butter, which contain healthier fats and are rich in nutrients that support cognitive function. A diet high in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and fish rich in omega-3 fatty acids is generally associated with better brain health and reduced risk of cognitive decline. Before we move on to the next one, like and subscribe to have a healthy body like this. Number 5. Refined sugar. Refined sugar, often found in many processed foods and sugary beverages, can have a detrimental impact on the brain in several ways. High consumption of refined sugar has been associated with cognitive impairment and memory problems. Excessive sugar intake can lead to insulin resistance, which hinders the brain's ability to effectively use glucose for energy, potentially contributing to conditions like Alzheimer's disease. It triggers an inflammatory response in the body. Chronic inflammation can also lead to oxidative stress and damaged brain cells, which is linked to various neurodegenerative disorders. Sugar causes rapid spikes and subsequent crashes in blood sugar levels. These fluctuations can impair cognitive function and mood, leading to irritability, fatigue, and difficulty concentrating. It can be highly addictive, leading to overconsumption. As the brain becomes accustomed to the pleasurable sensations associated with sugar, it may reduce sensitivity to dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. This can lead to a craving for even more sugar to achieve the same pleasurable effect, contributing to a vicious cycle of overconsumption. Excessive sugar intake has been linked to changes in brain structure, particularly in the hippocampus, a region critical for memory and learning. Bad foods can even be a cause for heart attacks. Click on the icon to know if you are having a heart attack. Number 4. Red meat. While red meat is a source of essential nutrients like protein, iron, and zinc, excessive consumption, especially of processed and unhealthily prepared red meats, can potentially have negative consequences for brain health. Red meats, particularly those high in fat, are often a significant source of unsaturated fats and dietary cholesterol. High intake of these can lead to a buildup of plaque in the arteries, increasing the risk of atherosclerosis. Reduced blood flow to the brain can impair cognitive function and raise the risk of neurodegenerative diseases. Cooking methods used for red meat, such as grilling and frying, can generate advanced glycation end products. These compounds, when consumed excessively, are associated with oxidative stress and inflammation in the brain. Processed red meat, like bacon and sausages, often contain nitrates and nitrites, which are additives used for preservation. These compounds have been linked to cognitive decline and an increased risk of conditions like dementia. It's important to note that not all red meat consumption is detrimental to brain health. Lean cuts of red meat and occasional consumption as a part of the balanced diet can provide valuable nutrients. Number 3. Sugary drinks. Sugary drinks such as soda, fruit juices, and energy drinks can have a profound and detrimental impact on brain health due to their high sugar content and other factors. These beverages are loaded with high amounts of refined sugar, leading to rapid spikes in blood sugar levels followed by dramatic crashes. These fluctuations can negatively affect cognitive function, causing mood swings, difficulty concentrating, and fatigue. The excessive consumption of sugary drinks can lead to insulin resistance, a condition where the body's cells become less responsive to insulin, making it difficult to regulate blood sugar. This resistance can hinder the brain's ability to utilize glucose, its primary energy source, which is essential for optimal cognitive function. They are calorie-dense but not satiating, leading to weight gain and an increased risk of obesity. Obesity is linked to a range of health issues, including cognitive impairment and a higher likelihood of developing neurodegenerative conditions. Number 2. Refined carbs. Refined carbohydrates, often found in processed foods like white bread, sugary snacks, and pastries, can have adverse effects on the brain. They are rapidly converted into sugar or glucose in the bloodstream, leading to sharp spikes in blood sugar levels. The brain relies on a steady supply of glucose for energy. These fluctuations can result in periods of cognitive fog, mood swings, and fatigue, ultimately hindering cognitive function. Chronic consumption of refined carbs can contribute to insulin resistance, a condition where the body's cells become less responsive to insulin. This can lead to elevated blood sugar levels and interfere with the brain's ability to utilize glucose effectively, potentially increasing the risk of cognitive decline. Diets high in refined carbohydrates can trigger inflammation throughout the body, including in the brain. A diet rich in refined carbs is often calorie-dense and not satiating, leading to overconsumption and weight gain. Obesity is associated with cognitive impairment and an increased risk of neurodegenerative disorders. Emerging research suggests a strong connection between the gut microbiome and brain health. Diets high in refined carbs can negatively affect gut bacteria, potentially impacting brain function and mental health. Number 1. Highly processed foods. Highly processed foods, often characterized by their long ingredient list, artificial additives, and excessive amounts of sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats, can have a detrimental impact on brain health in several ways. Processed foods are typically low in essential nutrients, including vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants vital for brain health. Many processed foods are laden with refined sugar and salt. High sugar consumption has been linked to insulin resistance, inflammation, and cognitive decline. Excessive salt intake can lead to high blood pressure, which in turn increases the risk of stroke and cognitive impairment. It often contains trans fats and unhealthy, partially hydrogenated oils. These fats can lead to the accumulation of bad cholesterol, causing atherosclerosis and reducing blood flow to the brain. The artificial additives and preservatives in processed foods can have adverse effects on brain health. Some may cause allergic reactions or hyperactivity, while others may contribute to cognitive dysfunction. Highly processed foods can negatively impact the gut microbiome, influencing the gut-brain connection. An unhealthy gut microbiome has been associated with mental health issues, including depression and anxiety. Knowledge is power, and now that you're aware of these potential brain-busting culprits, you can make informed choices to protect your cognitive well-being. Remember, it's not about giving up all the foods you love, but rather finding a balance and prioritizing brain-boosting alternatives. Some foods are even unhealthy for your heart. Watch this video to find out how to know if you are having a heart attack.